Okay, let's simplify the following three questions. The first one, x to the power of 3 on top, that's the same as x times x times x on top and x times x on the bottom. And you can see here that gives you 1. That gives you 1. Any number over itself is 1. So you're left with an x on top. Here I've got y times y times y times y times y 5 times on top and y times y on the bottom. And I can see here that's a 1. That's a 1. So I'm left with y to the power of 3 on top. Here I've got k times k times k times k times k times k 6 times on top, and on the bottom k times k times k. And you can see k over k is 1, k over k is 1, k over k is 1, so I'm left with k to the power of 3 on top. Now, what would happen if I had x to the power of 2 on top and x to the power of 3 on the bottom? What would that give me? Well, obviously that would give me x on the bottom. Over here, this would give me, if I had y to the power of 2 on top, y to the power of 5 on the bottom, so I'd have y to the power of 2 on top, so you just turn these over, you can see you'd have 1 over y cubed on the bottom. So you'd have y cubed on the bottom, because there'll be 5 of them on the bottom and 2 of them on top, so 2 of them will cancel with 2 of them, so you're left with 3 of them on the bottom. Over here, if I had k to the power of 3 on top and k to the power of 6 on the bottom, well, you can see I'm going to have something on the bottom because there's more on the bottom, and simply take 3 away from 6, k to the 3 on the bottom. So you can see if there are more on the top, my answer is going to be on the top, and you notice that that's x, but that's x to the power of 1. So if you subtract 2 from 3, you get 1. You can see here there's more on top, so if you take 2 from 5, you get 3 on top. More on top, so the answer is going to be on top. 3 from 6 is 3, k to the power of 3. This one here is more on the bottom, so that means when you take 2 from 3, you'll get 1 on the bottom. If you take 2 from 5, you get 3 on the bottom. If you take 3 from 6, you get 3 on the bottom. So there's more on the bottom, the answer is going to be more on the bottom. So notice these two. Now we'll move on. So if I ask you, what is t divided by t to the power of 2? Well, you've got a t to the power of 1 on top over t to the power of 2 on the bottom. More on the bottom, so take 1 from 2, so I'm left with t to the power of 1 on the bottom. P to the power of 5 divided by p to the power of 3. There's more on the top. 3 from 5 is 2. P to the power of 2 on the top. K to the power, just k on top again, over k to the power of 3. That's equal to k to the power of 1 over k to the power of 3. Now there's more on the bottom. So if I take 1 from 3, I'm left with k to the power of 2 on the bottom. Okay, so at this stage you should be noticing the patterns. Now I'm going to mix the variables. So if I ask you to simplify x to the power of 2, y to the power of 5 over x to the power of 4, y. Well, you can see here, looking at the x's, that I'm going to have x's on the bottom, because there's more of them on the bottom. Can you see that? And I take 2 from 4, so it has to be x to the power of 2 on the bottom. Over here, that's y, so that means it must be y to the power of 1. But there's more of them on the top. So my answer is going to be on the top. So 1 from 5 is 4. So y to the power of 4 will be on the top. Let's take another one. X y cubed k to the power of 4 over x cubed y k squared. Well, before you start, that x means x to the power of 1, that y means y to the power of 1. Okay, let's start off with the x's. So the x is going to be on top or bottom? Well, there's more of them on the bottom. So the x's are going to be on the bottom. I'll take 1 from 3, which will give me 2. Here, which is the y's, next. There's more on the top, so the y's are going to be on the top, and take 1 from 3 is 2. Now we go with the k's. There are more k's on top. So I take 2 from 4, which leaves me with k to the power of 2 on top.